Despite sunny skies and warm weather, an invisible weather threat surrounds the area. Good evening, I'm Calvin Sneed.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. For the first time this year, a code orange has been declared for the ozone today. David Glenn joins us to explain how this affects air quality. David.
Well, overall, this is based on air stagnation across the area. And I've got a graphic here which illustrates what the ozone levels can mean. When you have a code orange like this, the ground level ozone levels are higher. This, of course, happens during the warm season like we're in now. So there's higher ozone levels with high pressure over us. It puts a lid on the atmosphere, so it stagnates the air. And it overall creates an unhealthy air mass. And so those that have maybe difficulty breathing will find it more so, especially in the peak heating hours of the day or when ozone levels are at their peak production. So you may want to limit those activities to the morning and into the early parts of the afternoon. And so far, this is the first one of the season, we typically average several of these per summer, but of course it depends upon weather conditions, especially with high pressure in control. I'll tell you if we'll have another code orange for tomorrow and more on our 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks, David. Code yellow, code orange, code red. Now, these are phrases that you'll hear a lot more of as it gets hotter.
Kelsey Bagwell joins us now to explain who is most affected by the changes and why. Kelsey.
Latricia, Calvin, code orange days can be a dangerous time for children and adults, especially those who have respiratory issues. We learned today the elevated risk almost canceled field day for one elementary school. Instead, we learned the precautions they take to make sure young students are safe. For some, with spring comes a dangerous health threat, a higher level of ozone in the air.
Respiratory disease, asthma, bronchitis, COPD, where they're unusually sensitive to fairly low levels of ozone.
Battle Academy is closing out their school year with a day outside. For these children who we didn't want to identify, this field day almost didn't happen, according to school leaders, because of the ozone threat. But they proceeded with caution, cutting the day short and making it optional to participate.
We don't want to say just don't go outside because it's code orange, but be aware and be alerted and make sure you're very watchful of the children who do have respiratory conditions.
According to Cheryl Fletcher, the nurse manager for Hamilton County Schools, each student with a medical condition has a specialized health plan created by a nurse and the child's parents. Today, instead of calling each parent of a student with a respiratory condition,
we will have it in writing at school with the nurse, and she would know what to do for that child.
Instead of leaving anything to chance, the Hamilton County Department of Education has guidelines for what to do on days with poor air quality. It was created because so many children are affected by asthma.
Oh, very common in Hamilton County. That's our #1 health problem. We have over 8,000 kids with asthma.
The Air Pollution Control Bureau tells us the parameters for measuring ozone levels have been lowered, making it more common for us to see code orange. Hamilton County schools say they adjust their guidelines based on their measurements. Calvin.
Thanks, Kelsey. There are ways to reduce pollution in the air during a code orange. You could drive less, postpone lawn care, and bump up your thermostat 2 to 4 degrees.